Hey there, I want to talk about what's called an LT38. That's what we're receiving right now. We're getting a lot of these. It's a reminder. Notice that you have a balance due by the IRS. So what this means, this is coming out of what's called ACS Collections, which is Automated Collection Service. This is what it looks like. It's coming from that location right there, Automated Collection Service. So what that means, the IRS has not been collecting for a minute now. They haven't been collecting really since 2020, the whole COVID thing. They stopped collecting. Our administration up there said, hey, you can't collect on taxes. They said, yeah, all right, got it, whatever, won't collect on taxes. But you know what? The government's broke. So they're going to start collecting again. So right now, what we're seeing is collections on tax year 2022, which is odd. Why would you do 2022 instead of the old stuff? But they started with 2022. That's where they started. We're projecting that by March or April, now that people are getting trained at the IRS, they're going to start opening up and collecting more. They're going to start going after these old years. This LT38 is an indicator of what is coming, is an indicator that it's coming out of ACS collections. So if you received an LT38, you are in collections. Even though they're not sending you the CP 500 series letter, they're not sending you a CP 503, a CP 504, or anything like that. They're letting you know, hey, we see you have a balance due and you better do something about it. We're calculating your interest up to this date. You should pay us. They're not sending you a collections letter. They're not doing anything yet. We expect that to be coming by summer. You should start seeing those. You'll receive a 90-day letter, a 60-day letter, and then, of course, you get the dreaded 30-day letter, an LT11, which means we're levying your bank account. We're taking your money. We're contacting your employer. We're doing whatever we got to do to collect your money. Even worse, if you ignore these, you have old balances over 100,000. Depending on where you live in the country, you could get assigned a revenue officer, which means their job, they are the collection agents for the IRS. So revenue officer, they're not there to negotiate a lower bill. They're not there to do anything other than look at your assets, look at your income, and say, we're coming to take this. So that is what the revenue officer's job is to collect for the IRS, whether it's set up an installment agreement or whatever way they collect the money, levy your bank accounts. That's where we get involved. We can stop the revenue officer. We can stop the levies of the bank account. If you're qualified for an offer in compromise, we'll work an offer in compromise. We'll send that off, take the revenue officer out of the picture. If you are not qualified for an offer in compromise and you're qualified for something else, partial payment installment agreement, currently not collectible, something like that, we'll work those angles too. We'll look at it and come up with the best resolution for you. That is our job. Work with you, come up with the best plan for you, analyze your financials, and figure it out. Because if you do this by yourself, I just had a phone call today. That's one of my consultations today. This guy filed his own offer in compromise. He was no way qualified for an offer in compromise. He has over $100,000 in equity in his bank. Oh, and by the way, when he signed his 433, which is the information statement, the financial statement, he neglected to put down the $100,000 IRA that he has. So when this whole thing goes in, if the IRS, they immediately rejected him because the stuff on the house, they immediately rejected it. But if they went in even deeper, he lied on his form. He committed perjury. So we want to make sure that you don't do those things. We want to make sure that we can work with you. I just submitted an offer in compromise for a guy that makes over $100,000 a year. Why? Because we can, okay? So we worked through the numbers. We figured it out. We took the time to hand work this case, to look at it, look at his insurance, look at his mortgage, look at all these factors, figure out his vehicle payment, because he didn't have a vehicle payment before. So we worked all that out so that way this client can now qualify for an offer in compromise. And I'm confident this one's going to go through and we'll be able to get this client, save him some money. He owes over $200,000. We're hoping to sell it for less than $50,000. So $150,000 savings, that's something we can take to the bank. So again, work with us. We'll help you. We're not one of those big firms that's just going to fill out paperwork and send it off and hope for the best. That's why 80% or more of offers get rejected. We're going to work with you. We're going to go through the details, figure out what's going on, look at your bank account, and teach you what to do over the time that we're working with you so that you are able to qualify if you can. Not everybody can. so you're able to qualify if you can, and at the same time, we're going to work with you to get that offer through if that's your best resolution. Not everybody qualifies. That's just the reality. Mortgages went up. Mortgages went down. People have been paying on the mortgages. Housing price went up. So not everybody qualifies, but we will work with you. Trust us. Again, my name is Joe. I'm the owner and founder of Eagle Tax Res. You can contact me at 888-324-5305. That's 888-EAGLE-05. Again, you can find us on the web, eagletaxres.com. Look for us, follow the link below, follow us, we'll provide more information, and we want to keep helping people. That's what I'm in this for. I want to help you save money on taxes. Thank you.